Good evening, this is Eric J. Thank you for joining me. First, since my YouTube channel hit 20 subscribers, I wanted to make sure that I thanked everyone who made it possible for my channel to hit this milestone. Tonight I have another World Radio Excerpt for you, and this one has to do with several Christian-based alternatives to the Boy Scouts, since the Boy Scouts have been taking more of a politically social kind of veer off the course from where it originally started, with strong Christian ethics, leadership values, and whatnot. There are many alternatives present now, and this World Radio Excerpt will actually go into several of them, which I hope that you will find very informative. Don't forget, make sure you remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out whenever I upload a new video. Below is a link to the Tom Woods Liberty Classroom, where you can learn more about free market economics, which is espoused by such amazing scholars as Milton Friedman and Murray Rothbard.
Today is Wednesday, April 17th. Thank you for turning to World Radio to help start your day. Good morning. I'm Nick Iger.
And I'm Mary Reichard. Next up, alternatives to the Boy Scouts of America. The Scouts began in 1910 to teach patriotism, courage, self-reliance, and kindred values, including faith in God. Scouting groups were chartered in churches and other organizations all over the country.
Membership reached as high as 6 million in the 1970s, but since the 1990s, memberships declined by at least 2 to 3% a year each year. Over the most recent decade, even steeper declines. Officially, the BSA blames busy schedules and changing interests, but many former troop leaders and scouts say the erosion of traditional values within the organization is the real culprit.
Some choose to stay and work for reform, but a growing number of former scouts are joining Christian alternatives instead, more in alignment with original BSA values. Paul Butler recently visited one family who is doing just that.
It's a busy Monday afternoon in Algonquin, Illinois. Jonathan and Trafina Bedell are going over last-minute details for tonight's meetings.
That's what I forgot to add to our Home Depot list. Alexa, add wood putty to the shopping list.
The house smells of chicken tortilla soup and Fritos, as their 3 children eat a quick supper before everyone heads out the door. The older sisters are members of American Heritage Girls, and 8-year-old Micah is a first-year Hawk with Trail Life USA. His backpack is covered with patches.
Cabin camping is when we camp in a cabin. Fishing is when we fish. 4th of July is when we march around the parade. The stadium night.
The Bedells are part of a growing number of families nationwide who participate in Christian scouting alternatives.
It, again, goes back to just bringing them up in Christ.
Micah's mom, Trafina, is a Trail Life coordinator for the state of Illinois.
Both of the programs teach these kids and raise them up in the Word, teaching them how to go out and really share God's love with others out there.
Her husband, Jonathan, is the troop master of Trail Life Illinois, troop number 0412.
This is what I'm called to do. I love the outdoors. I love being out there. I love teaching boys how to use pocket knives.
As a devoted Christian, Bedell believes scouting should be more than just about outdoorsmanship and leadership development. The troop is named after 1 Timothy 4:12, which says, "Let no one despise you for your youth, but set an example in speech, in conduct, in love, in faith, in purity."
God is a part of everything we do, and Trail Life USA just mixes that right in with everything. It's not something that you got to work hard at trying to get in there.
Bedell grew up in the Boy Scouts of America.
It was a great time in my life. My dad was my scoutmaster for many years, so I went through the entire program with my dad at my side, and it was awesome.
In 1992, he earned the rank of Eagle Scout, and he kept his membership active in the Boy Scouts for years. When he started having his own kids, he made the difficult decision to not enroll his son in the BSA.
I realized that it wasn't the same organization from when I was a kid. So I never got more involved, than that, of just considering it.
But a few years ago, he learned about Trail Life USA and knew it was what he wanted for his son.
Now a couple years down the road, I couldn't see myself doing anything else.
Everyone's smartly dressed in uniforms as they pile into the family SUV for the 25-minute drive to Emmanuel Lutheran Church in Palatine. Though it turns out, not everyone is quite ready to go.
Bible. Girls, back in. You guys are doing Bible basics tonight.
Once underway, the girls are preparing for the evening's badge work as Jonathan, Trafina, and Micah talk over the boys' meeting.
Do you feel comfortable doing the falling in tonight?
At the church, the whole family lends a hand in getting this space ready.
Can you go get the Trail Life flag?
The meetings start at 7 p.m. with the girls in the Education Center and the boys in the Fellowship Hall. Both recite the Pledge of Allegiance and troop oaths.
Serve God and my country.
About a dozen boys dressed in wrinkled green shirts with black yokes edged in red head to the gym for games and team building, while the girls in their white shirts with blue and red sashes work on their Bible skills. This evening, they're learning about the attributes of God.
Omnipresent means he's everywhere all the time.
The meeting ends as the American Heritage girls listen to a presentation from one of their members. She's preparing to advance to the next level.
Ladies, just kind of gather around so you can see Lizzie's project.
Upstairs, the Trail Life troop regathers for a closing devotional on the biblical roles of men and women in the home.
So everyone has a role. Fathers are the leaders. Mothers are just as important as fathers. You can't have a good family without mother and father.
There are a lot of scouting alternatives available. Awana's been around for both boys and girls since the 1950s. The Assemblies of God have the Royal Rangers. The Southern Baptists offer Royal Ambassadors. And the Troops of St. George started 6 years ago for Catholic boys. As the BSA continues to move further from its founding ideals, many other groups are sure to spring up. Trafina Bedell says they see an uptick in interest each time the Scouts make another policy change.
And it's interesting to see what might tip some people more than others. And every wave and announcement, you know what? God has a hand in that. It's that time and that for that family to join, and really opens up that door for them.
We'll see you at the campo.
Jonathan Bedell is close to earning the Trail Life Freedom Award as an adult. It's the Eagle Scout equivalent, and he hopes someday his own son will also earn the achievement. But what really motivates him as a troop master is the opportunity to disciple young men and to inspire them to disciple others.
Long after I'm gone from this world, that's going to continue on. That's what drives me, and I look forward to. And I do. I love the organization. I love the fellowship that we have with it.
For World Radio, I'm Paul Butler reporting from Algonquin, Illinois.
Dads, we're all of you here last week. Did everyone get
one? Below is a link to the Tom Woods Liberty Classroom, where you can learn more about free market economics, which is espoused by such amazing scholars as Milton Friedman and Murray Rothbard. Thank you for joining me. Make sure you remember to like the video, subscribe, and comment.